This video is about my solution to KNIME challenge number 22 of season 4. You can download my workflow from the link in the video description. And you can see the challenge description and details when you click anywhere on the canvas and then click info like this. Here you can see all the details of the challenge, which is about analyzing streaming artists from Spotify. In summary, the challenge is to filter the top 10 Spotify artists based on their average track score as well as their number of streams. Our first step is to load the CSV file provided for the challenge. So we use for this the CSV reader. And as you can see here, this is the file provided by KNIME. Now our first step is to load the file and filter only the required column. So we use the column filter node. These are the column required: track, artist, release date, track score, and Spotify stream. As we see here, that's what we got. The next steps are convert some data types, such as converting date strings to date formats. We also need to handle missing values. So if we look at our statistics, we can see here that we have 5 missing values for artist, and we have more than 100 missing values for the Spotify streams. And we see also that the release date is tagged as a string while it should be a date. Let's convert the release date first from string to date. Pick the right column. I've used the auto guess format and it does work well. As you can see, we now have the date type. The next step is to handle the missing streams and artists. To do this, I use the expression node because with only one node, I can do many transformations. Now, if you don't know how to create expression, well, me neither. I almost always use Kai, the KNIME integrated AI, or I use ChatGPT. I will try first with the info found at the right here, where you can see the details of various expressions, but I will switch to AI if too difficult. So I did here 4 transformation. The first one is to convert the column Spotify stream from string to integer with the parse int formula. Next, I replace missing value with 0. After that, I replace again the missing values for artists with the value unknown. The last transformation is extracting the year of the release date. We need the year to answer one of the challenge questions. So let's look at what we got here. Okay, so we have our tracks, artist, release date, track score, the streams, and the release year. And with this, we can answer all the questions being asked in the challenge. We can, sorry, we can also check with the statistics that we don't have any more missing values. And we can double check here. If we sort, we see all the zeros. And we can also look if we have unknown here. Oops. Yeah, so we have our 5 missing artists replaced with unknown value. So we have everything we need. Now we need to, let me remove that. Now we are ready to answer the question, how many tracks were generated per year? and we need to visualize the result using a bar chart. So to do this, we need the group by node, where we will group by release year, and the aggregation will be to count the number of tracks. Let's do this. Okay. Now we need a graph. Now if we look at the charts, we could use the bar chart here, but I find those nodes not to be intuitive, really. They are a bit difficult to use. I prefer to use the generic e-chart view because, again, we can use Chi. Let's try to do this. So I want a bar chart showing the number of tracks for each year. Let's try this. I insert the suggested code, apply and execute, and you can see that we have the chart that we need. So I find this a lot easier than the older chart. Okay. So we'll get back to the visualization at the end of the demo. Let me put this back. Okay. Next, so this is one answer for the first question. Next question is, okay, which are the top 10 artists with the highest mean track score? But the artist must have a minimum of 10 tracks in Spotify. And then the top 10 artists with the highest total streams. So again, we need a group by node. This time we will group by artist, and we will do all the aggregation. That is, calculate the mean for the track score, calculate the sum of all the streams, and we'll count the number of tracks because they require to have a minimum of 10 tracks to be counted. Okay, execute. Okay, now the next step is to filter. We want a minimum of 10 tracks. So we will count the track greater than or equal to 10. And we can check here that we have the minimum amount required. So we are ready next to filter the top 10. I pick the main track score, descending order, and then pick the top 10, execute, and we have here the answer to the first question, which was the second question, sorry, which was the top 10 artists with the highest mean track score. The other question was again a top 10, but this time for the number of stream. I picked the descending again, number 10, execute, and then we have our top 10 artists for the sum of streams. Now we have answered all the questions. Oh, no, there's one left. Which is, okay, which are the artists showing up in both lists? To do this, we need a joiner node. We want to extract the artists that are a member of both lists. So we will use the artist as the key for the join. And we will use only the matching rows, rows that are common to both lists. We execute, and we see here the top, not the top, but the 3 artists that belongs to both files. So we have now all the questions being answered for the challenge, but I personally decided to enhance the results with various visualization for a more professional look. So I have encapsulated the results in a component here. If I open the component, You will see all my views. I have the generic E-chart. Whoops. I have to run it first, right? Okay. Okay, so now I have the generic E-chart that I showed you earlier, and I also have table views. So when you look at it with the magnifying glass of the component, you see all the visualization that were required, the number of tracks per year, the top 10 artists for the stream, for the average score, and also the three artists that are in both lists. So thanks for watching, and please put your questions and comments below.